as well as a media room. The new Madison Middle School is expected to be opened in the fall semester. Well, with the legislative session back underway this week, two things topped the priority list for lawmakers as they got the session started. With a look into those two items are, Keith West has once again files this report from the state capitol.
Floods, tornadoes, storms, and earthquakes. They all happened in Kentucky, some more than others. But when those disasters strike, who is there to put back all the pieces? Usually it's neighbor helping neighbor. But those efforts, as noble as they are, usually are uncoordinated and often require skill and organization. Legislation was recently introduced in the Kentucky General Assembly that hopes to help when disaster strikes. State Representative John Hodgson of House District 36 in Louisville filed House Bill 41, which would create the Kentucky Emergency Volunteer Corps. According to Representative Hodgson, the KEV would create a framework to organize, train, and deploy volunteers who can provide timely help.
Where our emergency resources have been stretched to the limit in recent years, this bill would help establish organization and training for those emergency volunteers and put them under the control of the local county emergency management manager.
Representative Hodgson said the Kentucky Emergency Volunteer Corps would be funded via state appropriations, donations, and grants. House Bill 41 awaits a hearing by lawmakers for the 2025 legislative session. When it comes to the Kentucky State Legislature, priority pieces of legislation are usually easily identified. You can tell by the number that they are assigned. The lower the number, the higher the priority. This year, House Bill 1, legislation to again reduce the state's income tax, is this year's priority legislation. House Bill 1 would reduce the state's income tax from the current 4% to 3.5%. That reduction can only take place when certain financial triggers are met. Last year was a good year for the state coffers, and those triggers were met, and that, in turn, made way for the state legislature to consider House Bill 1. The bill was brought to the floor for debate, and the bill's sponsor, Representative Jason Petrie of House District 16, spoke on the measure.
Her formula is a good, methodical, thoughtful, cautious approach to reducing the individual income tax rate to zero over time, but not so fast that we hurt ourselves or, more importantly, our constituents.
The measure was passed, and now House Bill 1 heads to the state Senate for consideration when the legislature returns for Part 2 of the short session in February. If passed by the Senate, House Bill 1 would take effect in January of 2026. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
Thanks, Keith, for that update. Well, on Thursday, Jacobo Chenault, a man charged in connection with the murders of Charles Walker and Cesare Wofford, appeared in court for a status hearing. Chenault is accused of paying to have Walker and Wofford killed back in 2010 and is facing charges of 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and burglary. Chenault's trial is scheduled for February 24th. Wofford's mother, Rosalind Martin, says that the trial has been a long time coming. The Wofford family has been following the case against Chenault for the past 10 years and wants to see it through. Martin says she feels like her life can't go on until this is over, and I don't want to move until this is taken care of. Chenault has had several court appearances over the years before pleading not guilty to the murder charges. He reportedly avoided answering those charges and instead served a 250-month sentence on federal drug charges. The Wofford family believes it is important that they come to each of his court appearances so that justice is done. Gregory Todd, Wofford's father, said, "We just pray that the system works even though we've been going through this and it's been hard on each of us each time we come. But like I said, we stick together as a family and we have to do this to stay strong in our faith." This is a developing story that's been going on for quite some time. Of course, WBON TV will have all the updates as we move toward that trial in February. My 14-year-old girl is now for the search of a missing persons investigation in Laurel County. Earlier today, the sheriff's office released this photo of Kyla Carroll, who they report as last being seen near Old State Road at 11 p.m. Thursday night. Carroll is said to most likely be a runaway and may be in the company of a boyfriend, possibly traveling to Tennessee. If anyone has information on the whereabouts of 14-year-old Kyla Carroll, you're asked to please contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office or their Facebook page. You can see a picture of Kyla Carroll up on your screen now. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Lots more news to get to. And of course, just like all week long, we've got more weather news coming up with Todd right after this break.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
It's time to winterize your home, and Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration is here to make sure that your home is ready for when the snow and everything that comes with this time of year finally makes it our way. Call today and schedule a free inspection and consultation with an honest source that is willing to make sure you get what you need. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Like them on Facebook or visit KentuckyRoofWorks.com for more information.
Well, it looks like the snow is coming down again out there in central Kentucky. It looks like we might get a few inches out there. We've got Todd in the Weather Center going to give us a look at that full forecast for the weekend.
Thanks, Gwendolyn. Well, here is the webcam time lapse from north of town on I-75 earlier in the day prior to that snow starting. Of course, dry roads, but then here comes the big winter storm we've been advertising. It is going to be pretty snowy as we head through the evening, but then this snow will be shutting down as we get through the overnight time period. But these winter storm warnings are in place until 7 a.m. Saturday. And I do think that we're going to have some 2 to 5 inch snowfall amounts close to home and then dry into the weekend. But keep in mind that the roads are still likely to be icy and hazardous travel lingering throughout much of the day Saturday. So again, a little bit moderate to heavy snowfall yet this evening, and then we see the snow actually fall off, taper off into the overnight time period. Notice temperatures again into the 20s for overnight lows, warm up to 29. Any snow that we see would be very early in the morning, and then maybe a few peaks of sunshine into the afternoon. Sunday we may sneak above the freezing mark, helping out with that melting process a little bit, but 34 degrees is our expected high on Sunday. So here's our snow. Again, it does continue through about midnight and then maybe a few leftover flurries into the early morning hours of Saturday. Again, we may see a few peaks of sunshine on Saturday afternoon, but a better chance of that sunshine moving in by Sunday. So total amounts, again, anywhere from 2 to 5 inches. I think some of the heavier snowfall amounts will be a little bit farther south and east. Again, this snowfall will certainly cause some issues on area roads into early Saturday morning as our temperatures are still going to be below that freezing mark. Not a whole lot of movement in the temperature department tomorrow, Gwendolyn. Look at that. We're just under that 30-degree mark. Berea at 29, Richmond at 29, Lexington at 29, and a few more peaks of sunshine on Sunday as we sneak up into the mid-30s. But the extended outlook does show that we have a chance for maybe a few more light snow showers next week, and it remains chilly.
Thanks, Todd. I thought those temperatures might get a little warmer. Looks like we're going to stay cold for a while. You can check out that full forecast. It's up all the time at WBONTV.com. You can also check out our Facebook page for the details as well. Well, on Thursday, Saif Al-Kafaji pleaded not guilty to charges of sexual abuse and indecent exposure. The charges stem from allegations made by several female students at both EKU and the University of Kentucky. At EKU, police were able to confirm, according to the arrest citation, that Al-Kafaji frequently walked around campus and engaged with approximately 30, 40 or more EKU females since August of 2023. At UK, in November of 2024, Al-Kafaji was identified as a suspect in an alleged assault. He was arrested at his job at the Louisville airport. 4 days after his arrest, Al-Kafaji was reportedly released after posting bail on a charge unrelated to the alleged UK assault. He is scheduled to appear in court for the EKU allegations on February the 17th. This, of course, is a developing story as well. A Jackson County man has been charged with second-degree rape after allegedly sexually assaulting a 13-year-old child. Police report indicates that 57-year-old James McKinney picked up the girl while she was walking near her home on Clover Bottom Creek Road in September. McKinney, who was allegedly under the influence of alcohol, provided that girl with vodka and subsequently engaged in sexual intercourse with her while she was impaired. McKinney was arrested and booked into the Jackson County Detention Center. He appeared in court Thursday, where he pleaded not guilty to the charge. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 23rd. Over in Lincoln County, fire crews responded to a structure fire on Highway 2141 in Stanford early Friday morning. Upon arrival, firefighters encountered a 2-story house with the second floor fully engulfed in flames. Crews faced challenging conditions due to freezing temperatures requiring assistance from multiple agencies. Thankfully, all residents were able to escape that fire safely. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office is seeking the public's help in locating 38-year-old Alicia Saylor of Williamsburg in connection with a burglary investigation in the southern part of the county. Officials say Saylor is also wanted on an outstanding bench warrant for violating court orders in Whately County. She has a prior conviction of first-degree possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, in 2022, along with multiple trafficking violations the same year. Anyone with information about Saylor's whereabouts is urged to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. You can see a picture of Saylor up on your screen now. Well, a train derailment occurred in Sadieville in Scott County Thursday morning, leading to the closure of Kentucky 32 and impacting rail traffic in the region. The Scott County Sheriff's Office reported that Kentucky 32 is closed from the fire station to the tunnel due to the ongoing cleanup efforts. Norfolk Southern crews are working to clear the wreckage and equipment. The traffic in the area will be diverted until the situation is resolved. The derailment also caused a train to stop in Grant County, blocking the entrances of Sherman-Newton Road and the south entrance of the Needham Lane in Dry Ridge. Norfolk Southern anticipates that these closings will be blocked for at least 2 to 3 days. No injuries were reported in the Sadieville derailment, and no hazardous materials were involved. That we're going to take a quick break. Still got lots to get to right here live at 5. We got Michael Watkins coming up with sports, and still to come, Samantha Burford with your Weekender Report. That's all here live at 5.
The EKU men's and women's basketball teams are both looking to stake their claim as the top team in the Atlantic Sun Conference, and WBON TV is excited to bring you live, free over-the-air coverage of Colonels basketball. Select games are set to air free over the air on WBON TV. For a complete list of those games, or to learn more about how you can watch, visit the WBON TV Facebook page or WBONTV.com. Sponsored by Chenault Vineyards, the Kentucky Public Service Commission, the City of Richmond, and Davis and Haymond PSC.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and Petey.
From Hicks and Punson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad again.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
This is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
A newly renovated arena and a big crowd were a recipe for a big conference win for the EKU men's basketball team last night. With a recap of that and some more action from across the area, here's Michael Watkins in today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back into the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. What a week it has been with the snow that took place over the weekend, canceling and postponing many of the games that were on tap this week, but we eventually got back to action last night, and we'll start in Richmond with its return to Baptist Health Arena. The EKU men's basketball team went 6 for 6 at the free throw line in the final minute and held on to defeat North Florida 79-74. The Colonels hadn't played on their home court since last March, while Baptist Health Arena underwent the first 2 phases of a 3-phase renovation project, and after that win last night, they'll be right back at home tomorrow to face Jacksonville at 4 p.m. Back to the action last night. Over an 11-second span late in the game, UNF missed 3 three-point attempts that would have tied the game. Mayar Wall secured the rebound after the third miss and was fouled with 7 seconds left. He hit both of his free throw attempts to help the Colonels secure the victory. George Kimball III led all players with 26 points. He also added 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Senior Devontae Blanton added 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Montavious Myrick posted a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. And Turner Buttrey had 12 points on the night, going 3 for 5 from the three-point line. And the Colonels, as a team, out-rebounded North Florida 44-39. Jalen Smith contributed 16 points and 5 assists for the Ospreys in the loss. And a quick turnaround for Eastern has them back at home tomorrow as well.
This was a great team win. I loved our response from Saturday. I loved our response on the backboard. You know, our margin, we've had games where our margin was bigger on the backboard, but I thought this was our best rebounding game. You know, Mont really set the tone, went in there and got some tough balls, and then I was proud of Meyer at the end of the game. You know, putting his nose in there and then coming up with that 50-50 ball and then having the awareness to jump stop and take the foul and then go to the free throw line and make those shots. And look, it wasn't Tay-Tay's night. You know, before the game, we weren't sure he was going to play. He wasn't feeling well, and so he didn't have his normal step to him. But, you know, he was, you know, when we needed him the most, he answered the bell. And I thought George Kimball was terrific in the second half. He was terrific. You know, we were able to put him in those middle ball screens and let him just kind of get some space and make plays. I thought he was terrific, played fearless. I love that about him. And then Turner Buttrey, I thought Turner really played a really good game. I thought this was Turner Buttrey's best defensive game. So it was a good team win for us.
Like you said, tough first half, but you can't really just feed into that. I know if I stop shooting or stop being aggressive, then it feeds into the other team that goes into the game plan. So I just try to make the right plays and just let the game come to me in the second half.
The Colonels will host Jacksonville at 4 p.m. with the women's team playing their first game in the newly renovated arena prior to the men. Tip-off for the women's game versus North Alabama is set for 1 p.m. UNA is 2-1 so far in conference play, while the EKU women have lost 2 straight after winning their opener. In the men's meeting versus Jacksonville, both teams are 2-1 in conference play, with Jacksonville having won back-to-back conference games versus Bellarmine and Austin Peay. Tip-off for the men's game is scheduled for 4 p.m., and both games will take place inside the newly renovated Baptist Health Arena. With the crazy week of cancellations and more snow on the horizon, the Madison Central Indians moved their game versus Great Crossing from tonight to last night. One of the top teams in the state, the Warhawks, ended up defeating the Indians 78-74. Jake Feldhaus finished with 29 points and 5 rebounds in the loss, while Cody Morrison added 16 and Luke Asher 15 points. As of now, the Indians are set to face Oldham County at home tomorrow night, and in other games across the county, the Virility Pirates dominated Frankfort Christian in the All-A Classic first round, winning 37-2. And the Madison Southern Boys lost to Clay County 73-66. Hopefully we can return back to action with more live coverage of our local teams next week. But for today, we thank you for once again tuning in to another edition of the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
WBON-TV Samantha Burford is back in the studio for her first Weekender report of 2025. Here's Samantha.
Welcome to this edition of the Weekender Report for the weekend of January 10th through January 12th. It's a weekend full of events that will get you out of your house with your family, your friends. You're going to cherish these fun times and make lots of memories. I'm Samantha Burford. Let's get this weekend started. On Saturday, join the Madison County Public Library, Berea Parks and Recreations, and the Winterberry Studio for a winter crafts and free love celebration. This is a Nordic tradition of spending time outdoors in all weather, like the cold. So make sure to dress appropriately because a little bit of the program will be outdoors. There will be winter crafts, a pop-up library, lots of family fun, and some Arctic Zen. Get it? Arctic Zen. It's all at 3 p.m. at the Folk Center in Berea. Saturday night, you can join the park staff and take a wintry evening walk to listen to the owls at Raven Run. Dress appropriately for the walk and the weather. Registration is required for this Saturday's Owl Prowl at Raven Run Nature Sanctuary. It's from 6 to 8 p.m. Go to parks.lexingtonky.gov to sign up. Get your tickets now for the Traditional Crafts 2025 at Berea Makerspace this Sunday, January 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You will learn blacksmithing with Jeff Farmer. This month's project is a barbecue fork and a flint striker. This class sells out, so go to bereamakerspace.org for tickets. This location is at 116 Spring Circle Drive in Berea, Kentucky. Sundays are a great day for cooking, and this Sunday you can take a biscuit making class and wine class at Harkness Edwards Vineyards. Learn how to make biscuits from scratch with step-by-step instructions from Sweet and Sassy Ashley's. All materials will be provided, and you will get 1 glass of wine with your ticket. Enjoy this class on Sunday from 1 to 2 p.m. at Harkness Edwards Vineyards in Winchester. This weekend, enjoy a family outing and donate your natural Christmas tree to the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. You can drop off trees at Soccer Complex B parking lot. It's across from the Lake Reba Boat Ramp parking lot. Remember to take all the lights and decorations off your tree first. You can help improve Kentucky's fisheries by donating your natural Christmas tree to the recycling program. The deadline to drop your tree is January 15th. Thank you for watching this January 10th edition of the Weekender Report. We hope you are having a great start to the new year with your family and your local community. Make sure to tell all of your friends to watch the Weekender Report every Friday on WBON TV. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thank you, Samantha. Stay warm out there this weekend. I will see you Monday, live at 5.